I played 25 games of Bloons Tower Defense, the first in the BTD franchise. Not to be confused with the first Bloons game, because there's like 40 other Bloons games. Also, it's 25, not 100, because BTD 1 is boring. Game 1 was actually just the teaser for Game 100 in the TD6 video. I died on round 7, not round 10. Idiot. Game 4, I had a tack shooter and dart monkey with all of the upgrades I could possibly get, that being 4 between them. But OBS bugged and showed the Ninja Kiwi archive in the recording, not the game. Game 5, I immediately sold my tack shooter because I couldn't see anything. I repurchased it and got 2 dart monkeys. They worked alright while I needed them, but I decided to sell them to get a bomb shooter, and I could see myself integrating it into the strategy if possible. Game 6, I started with a dart monkey. This time I want to get a bomb shooter early and then a tack shooter. I did lose some lives on round 3 though, and 2 more on round 4, but this dart monkey should help. Turns out I lost 5 more lives on round 5, and I lost 7 on round 6. And I was on 1 life by round 7, so I decided to just restructure. I got 3 tack shooters and a dart monkey, which helped just a little, but I didn't make it past round 10. Game 7, I was trying to start out with tack shooters, and it went about as well as last time. Game 8, though, I discovered a nifty little thing called the tack shooter glitch, although I'll call it the tab glitch from now on. This glitch allows you to give the tack shooter incredible speed by selecting the faster shooting upgrade with tab and spamming spacebar. Unfortunately, the money that it looks like it gives you is not real. In fact, you just lose money for every balloon you pop. I don't plan on repeating this strategy many times. I just want to see how powerful the later rounds get. And as it turns out, not very. Yellow balloons are the strongest until round 28 when black balloons appear, and there are just no pink balloons. They just aren't real. Apparently, white balloons are real, though. They just don't exist till around 40. I'm pretty sure I don't lose money from popping balloons. I think it's just that I'm in debt, actually. It took me 45 rounds, but now I can afford a second upgrade for my tack shooter. Look how far we've come. I also got to test what a super monkey could do and whether I could rely on it in a legitimate game. That's a strong maybe. And I beat round 50, which is the last one. All legit, baby. Game 9, I was doing the strategy with dart monkeys. This and the last one I both found by Googling BTD1 strategies. This is much better than what I was doing before. This is basically just the first time I've legitimately not lost lives when yellow balloons came. And during the teen rounds, I decided to play some tack shooters. My forefathers recommend placing them as you get into the late game. And on round 23, I decided to place 5 more dart monkeys. They won't be as powerful as the first 5 due to their position, but they will help. And by round 30, I was still doing alright, and got an ice monkey. But apparently, in order to utilize it, you need a bomb tower. I actually did lose 1 life on round 31, but I got a bomb tower directly after that, so that should help for a minute. And I lost another on round 38. And on this round, I lost 6. And things are going to start getting dire very soon. On round 42, with 20 lives, I decided to sell some tack shooters and get a super monkey. But it wasn't enough, and I still died on round 43. I think I'll experiment with some different late game strategies. Game 10 started the same, and I got a second row of dart monkeys. But after that, I decided to try and get a super monkey. It would take me quite a while, and I never did get a super monkey, as right as I would have been able to afford it on round 29, I lost. Game 11 once again started the same. I had my first 5 dart monkeys perfected on round 13, and this time I decided to get a little more firepower before trying to get a super monkey. And by round 23, I had 14 piercing dart monkeys, which were basically carrying me. I was over halfway to having a super monkey by round 28, and I did lose 1 life on round 29, but still was much more successful. And around 31, I got my super monkey, and after that, I decided to get 5 more dart monkeys. And when it was just yellows, my first 5 dart monkeys were barely getting pops, because between the super monkeys and the other dart monkeys, they didn't even make it there. Oh, I have 25 dart monkeys now, by the way. Now I've beaten round 42, a new record, and on round 47, I got a second super monkey after mortgaging one of my dart monkeys. And despite all of the game's attempts to defeat me, I beat round 50 and won. Game 12, I want to see how effective spamming bomb towers is. So basically, it went the same up until I got a bomb tower on round 16. They don't have particularly high damage or fire rate, but they have pretty big AoE, and on round 20, I started to lose some lives. So I decided to abort the mission and just go for dart monkeys. I do still want to see if you can win without super monkeys, and by around 40, I had 30 fully upgraded dart monkeys, but I still need more. By round 46, I had 40 fully upgraded dart monkeys, and I'm starting to lose count. By round 50, I had 45 dart monkeys, and I beat round 50 for the second time legitimately. Game 13, I was trying to see if I could beat the game without dart monkeys, meaning for the early game, I'm limited to tack shooters, and late game, the only not shit tower I can use is the super monkey. By round 10, I had 10 lives left, and I lost the rest of them. Game 14, I wasn't recording, but I tried to place the tack shooters in the same formation as the dart monkeys from previous games. It went even worse. Game 15, I decided to see how powerful I can become by stacking hypersonic tack shooters. Also test how powerful I can make towers using the same exploit. Change of plans, I want to see how powerful a super monkey that can reach the entire map is. Uh-oh, not powerful enough. Game 16 started the exact same, but I decided to go for different towers to glitch. I started to upgrade an ice monkey all goofy-like, and I didn't realize that if I expanded its reach to the whole map, I would never be able to afford the bomb shooter to go with it. I got that ice tower back on round 20, and now I only have $5,000 of debt to pay off. I don't really know why I'm doing this. I already won legitimately. Winning by cheating just feels even less legitimate. I mean, I know why. It's because I have 9 more games to record, but I could just post 16 games of BTD1 in a 7-minute video if I really wanted to. After shifting around some debts, I had this monstrosity and owed about a year's worth of rent to an LA studio apartment just on my bomb shooter. As it turns out, this trick doesn't work very well on anything that isn't a tack shooter. Well, now I need something else to fill these games. Game 17, I figured out that this trick does kinda work with a dart monkey. Obviously not as effective as with the tack shooter, but it's kind of fun, I guess. I also figured out that the reason range upgrades don't work is because the projectiles just go away once they leave the max legitimate range. I died again, by the way. Game 18, I was doing the only legitimate strategy that I've won with again. I want to see how many super monkeys I can get in one run. I did lose 2 lives again on round 11, but as expected, things went smooth until round 16 when I lost another 17 lives, so I had to spend some more super monkey money on dart monkeys. With 3 lives left, I realized I would not last long, so I decided to buy another 5 dart monkeys. After this, I should be able to afford a super monkey. And then I accidentally clicked restart when I meant to click start round. Game 19 was basically just a warm-up round, as I hadn't played in a couple days. I was doing the dart monkey strategy as usual. I did go a little harder on getting tack shooters later on. As the game says, they're good at thinning crowds, not so good on their own. I won. That's it. That's the game. Game 20, I was trying to start with both dart monkeys and tack shooters, but I placed my dart monkeys weird and had 2 lives left by round 7. So I decided to try and sell the tack shooter I had placed for more dart monkeys. I lasted 1 more round and then died. Not surprising. Game 21, I'm doing the same thing, but using better placement and only using tack shooters after I have all my dart monkeys. Actually, I stuck with these first dart monkeys for the entire game, because the tack shooters were pretty fucking good. And before round 50, I decided to sell my dart monkeys because I wanted to see if round 50 could be beaten with just tack shooters. I had heard it was impossible to beat the game with just tack shooters, excluding the tab glitch, and I do believe that, but I did prove that round 50 is beatable with just tack shooters, at least. Game 22, I want to see if I can beat the game exclusively using tack shooters. No, I cannot. It might be possible, but I'm bad, so it's not for me. Game 23, I'm stretching for ideas, so I'm going to do the dart monkey strat, just getting upgrades slightly differently. Also, I'll try to see how many dart monkeys I can get, because why not? Although, I guess I literally already did this 12 games ago. I did lose some lives early on, but by round 12, things were going smooth, and I have my first dart monkeys placed. This game proved just as successful as any others, and just as boring as any other. I beat round 50 with 50 dart monkeys. Game 24, I just decided to do my normal strategy. No weird restriction or anything. I honestly really like this game. I was kind of just doing whatever. I got a super monkey, 5 tack shooters, and 10 dart monkeys, and I died on round 43. I could afford a second Super Monkey, so I don't know why I didn't buy it and save the game, but whatever. Game 25 is the teaser for 50 games of Bloons TD2. It's 15 out of 100 because there still isn't that much content here. This game adds a lot, though. It adds Monkey Glue, Road Spikes, and the Boomerang Monkey. Also, the Ice Tower's Ice Ball and the Bomb Tower is canon. Speaking of cannons, they're cheaper and better. I suspect I'll rely on them for the future games. I was basically cycling in and out my towers, seeing what each one of them does, and filling in the power I lost with Road Spikes. And I died on round 25. Well, this video is kind of short, and that's because I don't really like BTD1, so there wasn't that much to talk about. I mean, it's a fun game, it just doesn't really have much content. I enjoyed making the video, don't get me wrong, but I couldn't go for 50 or 100 games. Or if I did, it would have turned my brain into sludge and the video into trash. Goodbye.